Well, once more it's time for us to build a new banner. I originally built this banner before the Beyond Darkness banner released, but between the early unit leaks and the then upcoming release of Cypher Season 16, which featured Binding Blade characters, I decided to put off this video until the latter half of the month, which is now. I have played FE6, but with me being only 10 chapters into the game, on the B route to Go Team Bartray, I still have a small pool of characters to base it on. Because of that limit, I decided to base this off of the first few units you're introduced to in the game. Wolt is the son of Rebecca, a character from The Blazing Blade, as well as a childhood friend of Roy. While he isn't confident in himself, he is confident in his desire to aid and protect Roy. The weapon he's been given in this game is Wolt's Bow, a weapon from his appearance in Fire Emblem Awakening. It heals its user 10 HP before a combat they initiate. His support skill, Rally Up Attack Plus, comes from one of his skills in Fire Emblem Cypher called Attack Emblem. His B skill is a new skill, Focus. This also comes from Awakening and grants a special cooldown charge when initiating combat while adjacent to no other allies. Wolt's C skill is Spur Defense Res 2. This matches his affinity in Binding Blade, the Ice affinity, which is generally more defensively focused. Lance is a Knight of Foray, and not actually born there. A few years before the events of Binding Blade, he came there to join their Order of Knights. He's highly skilled and constantly reading books about tactics and battle skills, and is one of the most intelligent of Eliwood's retainers. However, his lack of nativity damages his sense of self-worth. Lance, ironically enough, wields a sword, called Al's Sword. A reference to the Binding Blade manga's main character, Al. It gives its user attack plus 3 for each adjacent unit during combat. This comes from a skill on one of Al's Cypher cards called Champion Sword. His next two skills show his preparedness for when enemies attack him, showing his skill and tact. These skills include Sacred Cowl and Fierce Stance. The final skill, Speed Tactic, shows Lance using his own knowledge to make his allies more efficient in their battle strategies. Alen is another Knight of Foray, and the red to Lance's green. The descendant of a family with a long history of serving House Foray, he's fiery and passionate, as shown by his epithet. His weapon is the Slim Lance, a 12 might lance that provides speed plus 5 to its user at all times. His special is Blazing Flame, a play on the fiery personality I mentioned earlier. Alan's new skill is R Dual Cavalry 3, as a way to give horse riders more reason to be used in general meta. Finally, his C-slot skill is Hone Cavalry, which is based on his various Cypher skills that support Lance. The last unit to be drawn from this banner, and completing the color set, we have Marcus, Loyal Paladin. The same Marcus as we see in the Blazing Blade, he's now much older, and his rougher edges have been hewn down a little bit. He thinks now mostly of retirement, and which of Roy's retainers should replace him as advisor to the Marquess. As befitting of the Jagan archetype, Marcus was given the Silver Axe Plus. His A-slot skill is Triangle Adept 3. He gets this because, even from his introduction in the Blazing Blade, he could wield all 3 weapon types, and thus knows all 3 intimately. His B-slot skill is Windsweep, given to him as another counter for all other weapon types. Finally, he has the new skill Cavalry Experience, which works similarly to skills like Lance Experience and Bow Experience, but with cavalry units. To finish this out, we have a Tempest Trial, called The Reunion. It happens during FE6 Chapter 8, when Roy and his army finally arrive at Castle Ostia. The final map of the trial is the Throne Room in Castle Ostia, and the unit received during this chapter is the one citizen of Ostia that you begin the Binding Blade with. Boris is the older brother of everyone's favorite 3-star available Lance armor, Gwendolyn, and shares both a movement type and weapon with his sister. Closely trusted by Hector, Boris was given the duty of effectively being Lelena's personal bodyguard. His weapon is Gant's Lance, another reference to the manga. This weapon gives its user attack plus 7 during combat, when they're adjacent to a staff ally. That bonus is also given to said ally. This references Gant's Seashell Oath and Order of the Shell cipher skills. His support skill, Defender, I actually got from playing Langrisser Mobile. It allows Boris to enter combat instead of the targeted ally during the next enemy phase. It makes for more variations in enemy phase-based teams. His A-slot skill, Fortress Defense 3, comes from Boris being a pacifist. He'd rather help defend others than kill anyone, and would gladly reduce his own attacking power in exchange for the ability to survive more hits, especially when combined with his defender skill. Finally, his C-slot skill is Armor March, which comes from Boris being trained closely with other Iron Knights, including the aforementioned younger sister. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for deep lore and more banner concepts, and comment anything you have to say about these units or other characters you want to see in Fire Emblem Heroes. Be sure to check out the Kakariko Road podcast, where I discuss Zelda with a few of my friends, as well as my Fire Emblem Discord server, both of which are linked in the description. I'll see all of you next week.